Bryan, it's going to be okay.
It's not going to be okay, dude.
It is going to be okay.
My football season is over. I'm literally watching with no vetted interest in anything other than the Raiders losing. Like, what is fun about that? Where is the fun there? And you know what's going to piss me off? What's going to piss me off is I'm going to look at the point totals every freaking week, and I'm going to be like, look, would have beat that guy. Look, would have beat that guy. Look, would have beat that guy.
You know, when we do the same thing over and over again, we get the same result over and over again.
Do not come for me with that nonsense, dude.
Where's the bag, Bryan? Let's just cut to the chase.
Let's not.
Let's just cut to the chase.
I'm not ashamed.
You should be.
I'm not ashamed.
You should be. Oh, and I'll explain why right now. Welcome to the house episode. I think this is 60. I haven't actually updated the whiteboard yet.
That's crazy.
It's fun. If you need homeless or after excuse services, you can take it to my house, 300 North Willow Street, downtown Wasilla. Isaac Smolden here with Baghead Bryan Fields. Bryan?
I'm not putting the stupid bag on. I'm not putting the bag on.
Can I interest you in that bag?
No. I have no shame.
So not only is Bryan's team just awful, just one of the worst football franchises that has ever existed.
Here we go.
I wouldn't say the most embarrassing, but you play in a league with the Jets, so it's tough to take the crown. Definitely pretty bad in recent years. The Las Vegas Raiders lose again. It's been 2 weeks. I forgot. I was on vacation. I'm back. But the Raiders losing is just a constant. And I know that, sometimes it's tough to talk about fantasy because, who cares? People aren't in our league. But let me just break down the decision-making process for Bryan Fields this week in our league that we're in that matters. So you were in how many fantasy leagues this year, Bryan?
4.
How many are you still active in right now?
0.
Yeah. Okay. Bryan left.
Hey,
Jacoby.
Isaac,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How many times have you won a fantasy championship?
Well, I've only played a couple years.
How many times have you won a fantasy championship?
Maybe this year.
I've won 4. Right, so shut your mouth.
So Bryan on his bench this week. Jacoby Brissett, 26.5.
Who's going to start Jacoby Brissett against the Houston Texans? Nobody.
Rico Dowdle, 12.4 points. Not the best, but definitely better than some of the players that Bryan started. Jalen Reed, 10.5 points. Also not the best. Definitely better than some of the players Bryan started. The main one that you left on your bench this week is Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs had 12 carries for 73 yards, 1 touchdown, including a rushing touchdown of 40-plus yards, and a receiving touchdown of 40-plus yards.
He had the longest streak for a running back with a reception and no touchdown catch.
Sorry, 40-plus rushing touchdown, which counted as your 40-plus regular touchdown.
And they're like, his
receptions,
knee is swollen. We don't know if he's going to play.
Minutes,
we don't know
TD.
how active he's going to be, how involved he's going to be.
Pretty active.
His knee is pretty banged up.
And, you just make a couple different decisions. Let's see. You started Omari and Hampton this week for 7 points. Ashton Genty, starting running back, 8 points. Also someone you traded for Chase Brown, who put up 16 this week. Your defense had 1 point. It's just not good. It's just really bad. And you lost to a team that was 6-8 this regular season. 6-8.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's just my season this year. I think I fell apart the last couple of weeks. I dropped Christian Watson. I traded for Ashton Genty. And I tried to go all in, and I thought I was going to make some moves, and I wasn't able to make those moves. And Yeah, I'm paying for it. I mean, it sucks. I think it's ridiculous that you're gonna finish higher than me at 6-8.
Any given Sunday,
I think,
and I've made some awful moves this year. I came on here and talked about.
I mean,
some
you
awful
look
moves
at
that
like there's just been like luck is going certain ways. It's not going mine. I mean, Brendan being 8-6 when he looked like the bottom feeder of the league. Yeah, man. I mean, it sucked. Fantasy football really like hit me hard, and my wife hates that I'm doing it. And I contemplated being like, this is it, dude. But no, I'm doubling down. We're making a dynasty league. Hit me up if you want to get in it.
Okay. Anyway, so week 14, just to flash back a little bit. I'm trying to think if there is anything. I'm like going through right
Hold on,
now.
let me just do NBA because it's
sure, that's
it's
fine.
faster.
Yeah.
Not a lot of like really
Hey,
big
how's
news.
OKC doing?
They finally lost. They lost to the Spurs in the semifinals of the NBA Cup. They were pissed too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what that feels like. With a banged up team too. I think the Lakers got absolutely smacked by the Spurs with no Wemby. Like the Spurs just ran the Lakers into the ground and really opened up the box for every team that wants to beat the Lakers of what it's good, like what you need to do, and it's literally just run them into the ground. They're too old. They do not play transition defense at all. And so yeah, that's how you beat the Lakers. They do not look good on defense. They have a lot of holes. It's going to be interesting to see. Did the cup already happen? No.
Tonight or tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow, the day we're recording it.
Yeah. Who is in it? It's the Spurs and who?
You're supposed to be our NBA correspondent.
I know.
Why do I have to pay attention to the NBA Cup?
Because I forgot.
That's how you know.
I'm not really though. Like I'm a Laker guy. Like if it's not the Lakers, I'm not really paying attention.
Like that's how you know that the NBA Cup, well, to me, wouldn't be achieving its desired objective, which is increase competition and make people care about the early NBA season. I have no idea what's happening in the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
You just can't make me care.
You can't?
You can't. I don't think so. Bring back the Supersonics. If they were playing in the NBA Cup, I'd care. Until then. You still can't find it either? That would be another problem because you should be able to go on ESPN,
should just be on like
click home and see NBA Cup.
Yeah. There's an article, but I don't want to go through an article. You should be able to find a bracket, dude. Jesus. I could find
Knicks and the Spurs. There you go.
Okay. Dear, where did you find it?
I went into that article and just started reading and eventually found it.
Okay.
So yeah, Knicks, Spurs,
and
Electric.
then yeah, we'll
Factory.
see. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think Spurs will smack them. But the big news in the NBA right now is Antetokounmpo. It's like really weird. Like he's asked for a trade, but he's not being traded. He wants to go to the Knicks. Lakers are compiling a package. I think that would be really stupid. But I also don't think that Austin Reeves is a long-term answer. Like if you get physical with Austin Reeves, then he shuts down. Like he's had a really good season, but he has also shown that like all it takes really, and it happens in the playoffs every year, is if you get in his face and you disrupt his rhythm, then he shuts down. And so I don't know. We'll see.
I actually do have a hockey story from the last 2 weeks that I want to talk about just because I know that you'll appreciate this.
Yeah.
So the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins, Brian, have lost 5 straight games. It started on Sunday, December 7th when they lost to Dallas 3-2 in a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you'd say that's a good game, good team that you're playing against, right? And then they go and they have a big old homestand. You know, I don't know if you know this, Brian, but in hockey, you see this in a lot of sports. Generally, playing at home is better than playing on the road. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the Penguins are at home against the Ducks. They are up 3-2 with 10 seconds left. They are on the power play. They have one more player than the Ducks do on the ice. Ducks have the puck behind their net. the Ducks net. That's, I know, hockey. I'll explain it. That's on the opposite side of the ice from the opponent's net, right?
Up.
So you would say that it's hard to.
Dude, sometimes I would rather listen to Joe Buck than listen to you rant.
That is so insulting. That is so insulting. You take that back right now.
Oh my God.
Cut it. I'm done. We're calling it early. You're going to like this.
Okay.
You're going to like this. Okay. Ducks, 10 seconds left. Carry it up the ice. They get into the Penguin zone with 4 seconds left. Throw it out front. Erik Karlsson dives forward to try to block the pass and punches the puck into the back of his own net. Ducks win in a shootout. Penguins lose. Wow. That sucks. That's a brutal way to lose, right?
Oof.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
you agree? That's a terrible way to lose. Okay. 2 nights later, Penguins are at home. Easier to win at home than on the road, generally. The Penguins storm back after being down 3-0, but end up falling 4-2 to the Montreal Canadiens. Darn, 2 losses in a row. Then the Penguins play against the San Jose Sharks, who are a very exciting team to watch. As bad as they've been for a long time, they're turning the corner. I love watching the Sharks especially because they start late. So just throw it on. The Penguins are up 5-1, Brian. Now that is 5 more than 1, correct?
Yeah.
Someone say 4 more than 1. The Pittsburgh Penguins were up 5-1 in this hockey game in the third period. 5:25 in, they score. 15 minutes left. The Sharks score 5 unanswered goals, including an OT winner from John Klingberg. That was nasty, and beat the Penguins 6-5, giving them their 3rd straight loss at home and handing the Penguins another loss where they absolutely choked. You should not give up 4 goals in the third period. You should not do it at your home. Pittsburgh Penguins fans looked absolutely just
devastated.
Done with this team. That's all really bad, and I was already going to talk about it. But the Pittsburgh Penguins played Utah the next night at home. The Pittsburgh Penguins were up. Let me just make sure I have this right. Okay. The Pittsburgh Penguins were up 3-0 against the Utah Mammoth at the start of the third period. The Pittsburgh Penguins gave up 4 unanswered goals to the Utah Mammoth, all within the first half of the third period. 3 of them came within 4 minutes of each other and lost in overtime to the Utah Mammoth, giving them their 4th straight loss in a second game where they blew a lead of 3 or more goals.
Oh,
and Pittsburgh Penguins fans are ready to burn PPG Paints Arena down to the ground. And it's awesome. Trade Sidney Crosby. Stop making him play out the last years of his career on this pathetic excuse for an organization. Anyway, that's my hockey rant for this week.
Okay.
Really bad, right?
Yeah, that's really bad.
Okay.
All right.
Football.
Football.
Regular football things. I don't think there's anything we necessarily need to go into from 2 weeks ago that doesn't remain a storyline this week. How about the NFC South?
Yeah,
Can we start there?
Let's talk about Tampa Bay, dude.
Bro, my boy.
Bake's not bacon.
The cookies are burnt.
Also, I would like to point out, and if you could add the clip, Ozzy, that'd be great.
Ozzy's not going to be able to find the clip.
I literally just found the short.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
You said I could see me flying in a private jet before.
Did I actually say that?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I could have a long lost uncle that leaves me money. Blah, blah, blah. You're putting your faith in the Panthers?
We posted that?
In the Panthers?
Why did we post that? Ozzy, can you take that down, please?
No.
Thanks.
Do not. Leave it. Here's my thing. The NFC South is absolute garbage.
I would argue. I'll let you finish.
Is absolute garbage and should be ashamed of themselves. It's the same thing every year where a team barely above 500 wins the division and gets a freaking home game NFL, you got to step in and do something about this because this is ridiculous. There are far better teams that are at risk of not making the playoffs. Meanwhile, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers battling it out for first place in a home game in the playoffs at 7-7.
It's like that Simpsons meme where it's the monkey fighting the toddler with the knives. It's bad, dude.
Bad.
I would say that my point of you shouldn't put your faith in the Panthers should be accurate. I just had too much faith in the Bucks.
Yeah.
I think my problem is I had too much faith in the Bucks. Now, they do play each other this week.
They do. They play. So they have 2 games. They play
they
this
still have
week.
both of them left against each other.
They play this week, and then they play week 17.
So that could change the narrative really quick.
Yeah.
And in addition, I'm not saying that right now you don't look pretty like a smarty McSmart pants, but the Panthers had the chance to be in control of this division this week.
Yeah.
And they blew it
to
the Saints.
Yeah.
Which, shout out Chris Olave, who had one fantasy point for me, and on the last drive went from 1 point to 18 with a touchdown.
And the Saints beat the Bucks the week before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, here's the fascinating thing for the Saints is you've now won 2 games. What are you sitting at? You're sitting at 4.
They're still 4-10.
4
I mean,
and
there's
10?
no chance for them.
So it's not a QB heavy draft. Do you keep Tyler Shuck?
I don't know.
Like, where do you like
he
if you're
looked bad for long stretches of that game?
Yeah,
but
he hasn't looked like terrible.
He doesn't look.
He's looked like a rookie
terrible.
quarterback.
He doesn't look terrible.
He's shown some flashes.
So in conjunction with this NFC South discussion is the fact that on Thursday night the Bucks choked away a game to the Falcons
hard.
And I was watching.
This division is just gross.
No, it's disgusting.
It's gross. And that's what I'm saying. So like with Tyler Shuck being your quarterback, right? In this division, like if you add some pieces to your defense, you get a good defense out there. You put some pieces around around Tyler Shuck, you could win this division pretty easily. And then in 2027, if it doesn't work out, it's supposed to be a QB heavy draft.
I don't know. Winning this division is like being in.
It's like getting a participation trophy.
Yeah, like your
Like
goal
you
is not to
showed
win
up.
the division. Your goal should be to win a Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
I don't.
That's not,
I don't think that's a
everybody's
motivating factor.
everybody's goal at the beginning of the season is to win the division because you win the division. It's the easiest way to get a home game.
Sure.
That's everybody's goal.
How have those home games gone for the NFC South as of late? Not great.
Yeah.
Just contract this entire division, honestly.
I mean, serious. I mean,
Give
something's
St.
got to
Louis a
change,
team
right?
back or
Like
something. Like
you got Detroit that could miss the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can get into that. You want to talk about that game next? That was a wild afternoon game between the Lions
back
and the
and
Rams.
forth, and the Lions just couldn't keep up. Like it got to a point where they just. I mean, shout out to the Rams, but also
I won't shout out to the Rams.
What the cost of that win might be pretty high.
So Puka seems to be okay. He went back out. Losing Devontae Adams.
That's
sucks.
huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
That 1-2 combo has really like vaulted your. It's what you thought you were going to have with Cooper Kupp and Puka.
Yeah.
And then you don't get that, and you go and get Devontae Adams, which everybody was like, well, okay, whatever. But it turned out to be way better than they thought. And so I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, so the Rams winning is par for the course this season. I'm actually much more interested in talking about what this means for the Lions because they are also we have 3 weeks left, and there's only 2 teams that have clinched a playoff spot in both conferences. Like
and
the NFC is
wild.
The NFC is a disaster.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. The Lions
3 more games to the first.
have 3 more games to try to
3 more games to the first overall pick.
whatever you gotta just.
3 more games.
Do we need to stop? You need to breathe. The paper bag's right there. Do some anxiety
3
breaths.
more games.
The Lions still have a route to make it there. the Cowboys with their loss yesterday are essentially eliminated. What does it mean to the Lions if they fail to make the playoffs this
Yeah,
year?
I also want to say this was my take at the beginning of the year that their window is closed. I think it's very apparent that their window is closed. And it sucks because they're still a good team, but you look at their division, like they have to in their division they have to be a great team. Right? Yeah. And so like to be just good is not going to be good enough there, and it sucks for Detroit because they gave that fan base a huge injection of hope after, being so bad for so long. But the rest of your division, like Green Bay has been steady Eddie forever, right?
They don't look like they're going away anytime soon.
No, I mean Minnesota is JJ playing last night away from being back at the top of that division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Chicago, if Ben Johnson, I think with Chicago, I think they struggle next year. I think they've gotten, like, if you look at the amount of one-score games that they've won this year, like the chances of that repeating itself twice, like 2 years in a row, is pretty slim. So like this division is probably one of the toughest in football.
Have you looked? Yeah, fair enough. The free win isn't necessarily there. Have you looked at the NFC West recently?
No.
Can any of us just lose a game? It's not possible.
Yeah.
Like, no, you cannot gain ground in the NFC West. And you have 3 teams that have 10 wins or more.
Yeah. Except for the Cardinals.
Well, yeah, the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cardinals are an embarrassment. My favorite thing in the NFC West Me More subreddit is that everyone, including Cardinals fans, just pretend that they're a baseball team.
Yeah.
They all change their logo to the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team logo. Yeah, I don't know. If the Lions don't make the playoffs here, I think that there's going to be a lot of questions that lead to drastic change, which is a shame because I really don't think they're that many pieces off of being a contender.
Yeah.
And they've also dealt with some brutal injuries the last 2 years. And like you said, a really tough division. But the NFC is so top heavy this year.
Yeah.
There's no room for the Detroits and like the Cowboys to stay in the hunt.
They're only a game back from Green Bay.
They're not out of it yet. Of the 3 teams that aren't eliminated but aren't in a playoff spot,
there's a chance.
Probably have the best chance of anyone. The Panthers.
They need some help, and the
Panthers are at least in control of their destiny.
Yeah.
I still don't think they're that great of a team, though. Is my thing.
Yeah. And they got the Steelers next. Detroit does. They have the Steelers next at home, and then they're at Minnesota and at Chicago.
Yeah, and I think they could win out. I don't think that that's as unreasonable of a path forward.
You need Green Bay to lose, and Green Bay is at the Bears, at home versus the Ravens.
Yeah,
and then at the Vikings.
I don't think either of those schedules are a cakewalk, but well, if we just kind of want to stay on the NFC conversation, like the Packers game this week was a gut punch.
Yeah.
And we don't know how long Micah Parsons is out.
Yeah. Well, I think he tore his ACL, didn't he?
Did they announce that?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I am pretty sure they did. In that case, let's see. Just published.
Yeah, they're banged up. Christian Watson went down with a shoulder injury in that game.
Yeah, confirms torn ACL, as of 7 hours ago. Yeah. So, I just don't check my phone at work, so you probably got that announcement. And I didn't.
I got it yesterday. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I don't know. I think there's a pathway there for the Lions still. The
and
Cowboys.
Then meanwhile, you got the AFC over here where you got 7-6. Oh god,
the 7-6 Dolphins versus the 6-7 Steelers having a chance. Can we clown on the Cowboys really quick before we move on to the AFC?
The Cowboys, we want to clown on them?
Yeah. Who likes the Cowboys? No one likes the Cowboys.
I do because I have the CD Dak stack.
How did that work? No, you don't. You're eliminated. You don't have anything anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't have to worry about it.
I don't.
Well,
I'm gonna have CD next year.
You got embarrassed by 9.
I got him. Yeah.
You let 9 basically knock you out of the playoffs.
But here's the thing, man, is like everybody wants to hate on JJ McCarthy. He did not look good this year.
No.
But he's he's essentially on his rookie year.
I actually like JJ McCarthy as like a locker room guy / leader.
Dude, that meme though is
next
level.
So bad. And I also think, I think that you just need to give him a little more time to develop. Like people like Vikings fans that were, and granted they watch more of the Vikings than I do, but people that were ready to just call it quits on JJ McCarthy, like, oh, should we draft another quarterback this year? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, just let it play out a little bit.
The reality is he's got 3 games to figure it out.
Yeah. It was a good.
And
he looked good last night.
These last 2 weeks have been really good performances for him to try to cement himself as I am the QB going forward. Some of those injuries, I wonder if they were not as significant. I know that the NFL would never say anything like this, but I wonder if some of them weren't as significant, like as they made them out to be. And they were like, we need you to sit down and really like learn. Because like Aaron Jones came out and was trying to dance around saying we've dumbed down the playbook because people aren't getting it.
Yeah.
Right. And so who's not getting it? The one that's leading that team. Right.
Yeah.
So there's definitely been a learning curve for him, which is interesting to me because I'm like, I know you were hurt last year.
Now, what else did you have to do? You should have just been able to read all your.
Yeah, you should have been
doing.
Yeah, that's very interesting to me.
It's not like the playbook has changed all that much, has it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe some language has changed. I just don't imagine them doing like a full new install with the same coach.
Right.
So
that's what is a little concerning.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because it's like you're going to tell me Justin Jefferson doesn't understand the play call?
No,
there's no way.
Justin Jefferson is such a dichotomy where when he's open, it seems like I don't know why the two of them can't get on the same page. There's sometimes that he's wide open and McCarthy like overthrows him or like fires a bullet at his feet. But then there's other times he like finds the lane to get it to him through the defensive scheme, and Jefferson like drops a ball. I'm like, that's where you're gonna drop the ball.
Yeah,
like that was your chance for that connection
because he's not red. There's no chemistry.
Yeah,
it's sometimes like quarterbacks and wide receivers just don't mesh, and I think that you might see that with Justin Jefferson and JJ. Like I don't know that those two fit. I also don't like I think it's gonna be really hard for him to have success like long term. I think he could have some good seasons, but I think long term it's going to be hard. You see those guys that are smaller that really, like, they are very heavy on their mobility, and what happens when the mobility isn't as there as it once was.
Yeah, I don't know. Cowboys basically have to win out and need the Eagles to lose out at this point.
They're essentially
they are, for all intents and purposes, done. Great job, Jerry. You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
AFC.
And you traded away that pick? Like, what the?
Yeah. AFC is much more open than the NFC is for some of these teams. The Colts being on the outside looking in all of a sudden is wild.
Yeah. Yeah, big
in
news.
A game that they could have won.
Yeah, with a 40-some-year-old quarterback who hasn't played. And does that make you concerned about the Seattle Seahawks? It doesn't.
Great. Yeah. Thursday night against the Rams. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, my gosh. It's
going to be great.
Dude, the Rams, even when the Rams weren't good, they were Seattle's kryptonite.
It's going to be great, Bryan.
Like, I remember when like the Legion of Boom was there and they would still lose to the Rams.
Bro, it's always the Rams. I don't know why it always has to be the Rams.
I don't understand.
What is like really scary?
What is the Rams?
Okay, so
like,
outside
the Rams
of the fact
have
that
an Etsy witch of their own, dude.
No, he didn't score a touchdown.
Sam Darnold did not look good.
No. There's
the whole offense didn't look good.
So
the
many
run game
chances.
didn't look good. You have dude. There's this guy on TikTok that like blasts your right guard, and I dare you to go and just watch the film of that guy. Like they snap the ball, and there is multiple times where he stands up and does not touch a single person. Like
you're gonna have to send me this. Here. I know. I just said I wanted to move on to the AFC. The saving grace for Seattle is if they could just stay in like a 5th place spot, they would get to play the NFC South. But I don't they've got the Niners and the Packers behind them. I just don't know. But the Colts losing, when Daniel Jones went down, it's hard to see. I think their defense, even though the Seahawks offense is definitely a little bit of a struggle this year, I actually don't hate the Seahawks. I don't hate the Colts defense. I think the Colts defense did a pretty good job yesterday and looked decent. As funny as it was to see Phillip Rivers play quarterback, it's going to be really tough.
I think he looked good.
I think he threw a lot of checkdowns, to Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, he did the Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
I get the ball out.
That's
I can't
serviceable, but it's a dogfight in the AFC right now.
Yeah.
Like you have to leapfrog a team that's in a playoff spot right now and hold the Ravens and Dolphins both at bay.
Yeah, what sucks for the Colts is like you went all in.
Yeah. And by all accounts, that was the right decision at the time.
I don't know about that. Like name any corner that you're comfortable trading 2 first-round picks for.
I don't know.
You're not. The answer is you're not. That was a
I think
baffling
the decision to go all in was the correct decision. The method of how they went all in is up for debate. Regardless, you got the Dolphins playing the Steelers right now, and you have the Ravens at 7-7, who pantsed the Bengals this week, with the chance to either bypass the Steelers or the Colts.
Did you see the Joe Burrow press conference?
No.
You haven't seen, dude, where are you?
I was flying back.
God. Okay. So Joe Burrow had a press conference where they don't show the question that was asked to him. So I'd have to look at the whole press conference to really fully understand the context, but it's being blown up. Essentially he went on a rant talking about how he's gone through a lot and the game has to be fun if he wants to keep playing.
Oh my gosh.
And so people are speculating that he's going to do an Andrew Luck.
No way.
Yeah. That he's either going to do an Andrew Luck or now there's like all these teams that should try to trade for him and so on. And so he's like, he's not happy on the Bengals. You think he's going to be happy at the Jets or the Raiders? Like what? He has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I don't think it's that. I think what he's frustrated with is the way that they treat some of their players in Cincinnati. They're always in the news for contract disputes.
Are these frustrations football related or personal? All the above.
Yeah. Dang. He had his house broken into.
Yeah.
And then he's been injured the last 3 years. And so, and that's where it got for Andrew Luck. I mean, when Andrew Luck is freaking, there's Achane going ham.
Get thrown out. That would be great.
Popped right up.
No, I'm not rooting for that. I just really want to advance past.
But like when his lung collapsed, it was just like I was wondering too. I was like, dang, dude.
I don't know. The speculation I'm seeing is less about him retiring early and more about him wanting out of town. But,
yeah, I mean, because that's what they want to say, but I don't. Where's he gonna go that would make him happy? Like,
I don't know.
You're gonna go to a bottom feeder and be happy? Like,
I don't know.
I get it though. Like, and for me, like, this is my take on it. I think Joe Burrow as a leader, that's a conversation that you have with the people that are in your circle. That is not a conversation that you have at the podium. And I think that it was classless. And it definitely, like, Joe Burrow has been one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. And it dropped him down for me.
Maybe he had that conversation with management and ownership, though. You know, maybe he's been having that conversation and things haven't changed. And here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know what could be going on there. And it wouldn't be the first time the Bengals have run a top QB out of town.
Yeah. Yeah, I
don't know where the Bengals go from.
I can't see it as like
pick.
I can't see it being a thing where
Tua turned the ball over.
Where it's about wanting to be out of Cincinnati. I think that's the speculation because people look at how old is Joe Burrow? He's in his 20s still.
Yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
not that old. It's like 25, 26.
No, he's older than that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. I'm going to get the answer. This is really great. He is older than that. He's 29.
He's 29, you
Dang.
freaking ding dong. So for me, like what that more sounded like when you say, if I want to keep doing this, it has to be fun. Like what you're saying there, not if I want to play for this team, you're saying if I want to continue to be an NFL quarterback. And you've seen him, like he's played football his whole life. If he's just going to get injured every single year, the team's going to be 4-10, having to win out to make the playoffs. To me, what he's saying is like, I don't want to play football anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
I'm not in it anymore. Like my mind isn't, I'm not completely dedicated to the game. He's doing all this like fashion stuff overseas. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's a scenario where Joe Burrow's like, yeah, send me to the Jets.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Send me to the Raiders. That makes sense. Like where does that come from in that statement? I don't understand that. I think that teams just, they need stuff to talk about, so they want to say that, but I think it's more of an Andrew Luck situation. I think if he goes out there next year and gets hurt again and they're not competing, I think it's a real possibility for him to be like,
You could be right.
I'm done with you.
Should we be like every other sports pundit and cry about how the Chiefs aren't making the playoffs and how is that even possible?
Yeah. No.
I'm not going to cry.
Not going to cry. It is, I think they had a very good run. I think there's a lot of overreaction. But I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see. So with Mahomes going down with an ACL.
So that's the thing that people should be very concerned about.
Yeah. So like I was watching this one where it's like, what does that put him back in, like October, November?
Mm-hmm. And then from there, if you play injured on it or come back late and the Chiefs struggle again.
Well, my thing is with Mahomes, like he's always been a mobile guy.
Yeah.
And so what does that mobility look like on a repaired knee?
Yeah, it should be very concerning.
Yeah. And so, I mean,
because outside of that, it's a team that I could absolutely see making it right back to the playoffs next year.
As a Raider fan, I'm ready for the Mahomes era to be over.
And the Chargers era to start.
Yeah, that's
/ Broncos.
I don't believe in the Broncos, though.
Yeah, but the Broncos have also won 10 straight. And so how long are we going to, moving on from the Chiefs, because you could listen to people talk about how the Chiefs aren't making the playoffs anywhere else this week.
Yeah.
How long are we going to be able to continue to call the Broncos frauds at 12-2?
I mean, I think I'm going to call them frauds all the way to the
That
bank,
was a good game.
all the way to the first
That was
round,
a good game against a good team.
All the way to the first round exit, man.
They might get a first round bye the way things are going.
Again, it's another one of those things, like how many, like same thing I said about the Bears. How many one-score games have you won?
Yeah, here's the
if Bo Nix can't play better, like they're cooked.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the AFC right now. I'm gonna Nostradamus right now. Okay?
Yeah.
I've seen the script. You know who the Buffalo Bills' biggest stumbling block has been for the last 4 years?
That was going to be my next.
Is the Kansas
segment.
City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And the Buffalo Bills.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. An alien.
Your time is now.
Josh Allen's a freak in nature and is the main culprit for why the Bills have even gotten back to this position. He's put the team on his back the last couple of weeks. And they find a way to storm back from a deficit against a very good New England Patriots team that right up until yesterday would have been my lock for Super Bowl champions. Now there's a little bit of doubt. Because Buffalo, who we all thought was done, might just get willed to a Super Bowl victory by MVP Josh Allen.
You're saying Josh Allen's MVP?
I'm saying he was awarded the MVP last year, was he not?
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were saying he's MVP this
Was
year.
he not? 2 years ago. Anyway, 3 wins the last 3 weeks, 2 of them by 1 score. The Bills have scored 30-plus points in both of their last 2 games. They beat the Patriots. You look at their remaining schedule, they got the Browns, the Eagles, the Jets. You got to think 2 out of 3 of those are wins, which means you got to think this team is a playoff team. And when I'm looking at the AFC playoff picture right now, I think the Bills have just as good of a chance as anyone else with that victory. And the other thing is, I think that the Bills have the most playoff experience out of any team that's in that AFC playoff picture right now. And that is a very important factor when we're talking about postseason.
You got Bill, like right now, if the playoffs started today, Bills at Jacksonville. You know what I mean? Like that's a
winnable football game.
Way winnable football game with three weeks left. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how the Patriots respond, dude. Like,
I think the Patriots are gonna be fine.
That was a gut punch, though.
The Patriots have the Ravens, the Jets, and the Dolphins. I think the Patriots are gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Who
do the Bills have left?
I just said Browns, Eagles, Jets.
Browns, Eagles, Jets.
Yep. So I think the Bills have a really good shot this year. I think that the mental block of not being able to get past the Chiefs for whatever reason it's been, that being removed from them is huge.
Yeah.
It sucks. Shannar's ecstatic this week, by the way.
It sucks that it has to be the season where you face some adversity. And the only team like that I would be super scared about if I'm Buffalo is if I got to go to Houston, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna bring them up to kind of close.
If I got to go to Houston as Buffalo,
yeah,
I am absolutely terrified because that defense is disgusting.
It's like the
icky. Ew.
It's like the opposite of the Bills.
Dude, the last time they played him, they hit Josh Allen 11 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the Texans were looking like they wanted to be done, and then CJ Stroud was injured, and I don't know, he's found a way to look pretty good the last 2 weeks, and the thing is, he doesn't even have to look great. That's all he has to do is just be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, they're not asking him to move heaven and earth. They're just asking him to be a serviceable quarterback.
Right. So rude.
So rude.
Yeah, I mean, and CJ Stroud can do that. And so, like, that's just a scary, like, the offense looks like it's coming together, and that defense and defensive football and in the playoffs is a different level. And it would, if you're Buffalo though too, like if you're Buffalo, right? Like you have to be thinking, you're looking at the standings, you're thinking our biggest hurdle is going to be Houston. The Patriots will be a big hurdle just because they're your division.
No, you're
they
licking
know your tendency.
You're licking your chops right now.
But you're just like, you are just salivating over the fact that the Super Bowl does not have to go through Kansas City and you do not have to go through Baltimore.
It's as good of a chance
and so, like,
as I think
is it Super Bowl or bust? And if you bust,
I
What do you do if you're Buffalo?
I would. I'm sure that there's a bunch of people that overreact and scream from the rooftops that it's Super Bowl or bust. And I'm not going to scream from the rooftops, but I am going to calmly state that it's Super Bowl and bust, or bust. You know what I mean? Because if you can't do it this year with how open the AFC looks,
right,
there's some hurdles for sure. I think the Texans. So the Texans have the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Colts. If you don't go 2 out of 3 there, I'd be shocked.
Thank you, Texans. I want to thank you in advance for beating down the Raiders.
So I think the Texans will be that 7th seed. I think the Ravens have to hope that they can get past the Steelers to make it in. I think the Dolphins, no way that they find a way to sneak back in, barring some major injury or a calamity.
Yeah.
So I actually am pretty confident in this picture being really what it looks like.
Right.
When we finally get to see some teams start to clinch playoff spots.
Yeah.
And what are the chances that you have to play the Broncos or the Patriots? The chances you play the Patriots are almost nil because they're in your division.
Right.
So, the Jags, the Steelers, the Chargers, are you scared of any of those teams? Like, that's probably who you're going to be playing against. And
that's not true, because if you you could play the Patriots in the AFC Championship game.
I'm talking first round.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking first round.
Yeah.
Like I think you will end up having to play the Patriots or the Texans at some point. You'll play one of those teams these playoffs. I'd put money on it. But you're always going to have to play tough teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like I think that the biggest boogeyman's been cut. This division is wide open.
Yeah.
And
with the way that the thing is though too, like with the way that the Colts look, the Ravens could sneak in.
Yeah, but the Colts, the thing is the Ravens they have to bypass the Colts, but they would also have to bypass the Texans, the Bills, or the Chargers right now.
What do you mean? Why?
Because
to take the 8th spot?
There's no 8 spot. 7 seeds.
I thought it was 8.
No. You've watched football before. 8, 7.
It's 7?
First seed gets a bye.
Oh, okay, yeah.
3, and then
7.
Yeah.
I'm a ding dong.
You got it. It's okay.
I got it now.
We all make mistakes. Just because you were wrong,
little teaching moment
doesn't mean that that you're a ding dong.
Yeah.
You may have made a ding dong decision, but that doesn't cast a character, flaw onto yourself, Brian.
Oh my God.
I'll just segue that right into next week's liberating effect. It's all the time we have for today. Football's happening next week. It's going to keep happening.
I'll be watching.
For all of us except for Brian.
As just a fan. Just not rooting for anything.
Brian will have his surrogate team picked out by next episode.
Seeing how it shakes out. I gotta find a team to root for now. So
he's a big Indiana Hoosiers fan now.
Yes, I am.
We'll
the Hoosiers have the glue. Go Hoosiers!
We'll see you next time.